And welcome back to more Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist Link Evolution. In the last part, we had possibly one of the most iconic duels in the series with two of the most iconic duelists in the series. Well, then again, it's the first step. Don't question me. And in this part, we are going to be technically still progressing for you guys while it's regressing for me. And in the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Campaign. But we need to do something first since a new summoning mechanic is being introduced. That being fusion summoning. So, we're actually going to be doing the tutorial duel in, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. So, today we're going to be covering fusion summoning. A fusion summon is done using polymerization. Fusion monsters are monsters that you can summon from your extra deck and are not in your main deck. That's an important thing to note, that fusion monsters are in a separate deck altogether. Fusion, you can have up to 15 monsters in your extra deck at one per deck, so yeah. And fusion monsters are distinguished by the violet color, or the purple color, whatever you prefer. Now, I'll explain more later, but basically you don't have to it's really just, not with polymerization. It can be used with other fusion cards, like for example, Fusion Gate as it uses right here. There are also some monsters that count as polymerization, so yeah. And, as polymer, as it says right there. Now, in order to best fuse fusion monsters, well, it's going to make me basically just, go. It's just gonna, make me, go through the tutorial, so I'm going to really just allow it. Okay, so it's going to have me fusion using polymerization. So, in order to fusion summon it in the first place, I would need to have the materials in my hand or on the field first. So as you can see right here, it says Elemental Hero Rampart Blaster. It requires Elemental Hero Clayman and Elemental Hero Burstinatrix as fusion materials. As well as polymerization, of course. But what makes early fusion monsters kind of bad, in my opinion, is that they require two specific monsters, whereas future fusion monsters just are like, hey, 2 dark monsters on the field, for example. Or, as later elemental heroes like Elemental Hero Absolute Zero, it requires a hero monster and a water monster. So, yeah. Now, in Elemental Heroes, it's not so bad since, since we'll be seeing that in a little bit. But I have to summon in attack mode, even though it's more beneficial to summon in defense mode, but hey, Oh, and now it's gonna have me summon Elemental Hero. Okay, yeah, sorry. Okay, so attack. Its effect is going to activate, go to main phase 2. Or main phase 2. And now it's having me use Fusion Recovery. So, I'm being forced to select Burstinatrix. And then set Jar of Greed. Now it's having me end my turn. Oh no. Wow, your opponent summoned a really tough card, but luckily we can deal with that. Let's use the spell card Skyscraper to give us a little notch. Okay, so I didn't need to go into Master Duel earlier. Okay, so this is a field spell, as indicated by the little shuriken star icon there. But basically, as you can see right here, usually with spells and trap cards, we have a limit of 5 we can set. However, field spells do not count as that, as they have their own designated zone, as you can see right there. So, if I had the cards, I could still set 4 spells or traps, in addition to having a field spell. And in addition to having, sorry, brain fried, and in addition, I'm not sure when this was implemented. I want to say mid-Exceed or pre-Pendulums, something like that. But each player could have their own field spell. I'm not... Yeah, so when I play older Yu-Gi-Oh games, and even I will probably be surprised at this, but basically usually how it was before was when, if, like, let's say my AI opponent here would have played their own field spell, Skyscraper would have been destroyed as per the old rules. But with the new rules, as if he were to set his own field spell, my field spell would still be on the field. So, yeah. It's now going to make me activate Jar of Greed. So, here's why it isn't so bad for heroes and why I mentioned that earlier. So, as you can see right here, it's not letting me, but with Rampart Blaster, it required Burstinatrix to be used in addition to Clayman. But, as you can see, with Flame Wingman, it requires Avion and Burstinatrix. So yeah, with hero decks, it's not so bad with the pre-required, with the, having 2 specific monsters, since heroes just fuse into each other, like, really, really easily. And honestly, hero decks were possibly some of my favorite decks to run when I played Yu-Gi-Oh! I actually, and as we're going to see, we're going to be introduced to quite possibly another one of my favorite monsters. So, yeah. Just wanted to show that off. So, why did I explain field spells instead of fusioning? Well, in this duel, we're actually going to be experiencing our first taste into fusion summoning, and we're also going to be experiencing, field spells in this duel. And I felt like the GX tutorial was the perfect way to at least experience fusion summoning, but, I forgot that I honestly ended up forgetting about the fact that it also shows you how field spells work, so, oh well. So yeah, we're actually gonna now be going into past Zack, doing this duel on both the main side and the Weevil side. And, yeah, that's about it. I'm not sure if you're going to be seeing me in the present right now, but hey, we shall see. And yeah, that's about it. See you later. Well, see you in a little bit, because time is weird. Anyway, now that we got that just heart attack out of the way, we can move on to the next duel here. Jeez. Yeah, the reason why I decided to just, cut the episodes up was because I thought that reverse duel would take a lot longer, and, that duel would basically take up an entire part of me just constantly failing and losing my sanity, and maybe it would be more entertaining for you, the viewers watching. But I didn't expect to win that first try, honestly. Heck, heck, that was actually my first time beating that. Every other duel, like, even the harder duels I managed to beat with, you know, wait, no, like, I didn't beat all the duels with the story deck. I just, no, I used, whatever. It's over with, it's done with, it can't hurt me anymore. After his win against Seto Kaiba, Yugi was puzzled to receive a package from Maximilian Pegasus, the creator of Duel Monsters. Inside the box was a videotape. Yugi inserted the tape into the VCR, and Pegasus's face popped up on the TV screen. "Greetings, little Yugi. I am Maximilian Pegasus. I've heard some terribly interesting things about you. Your impressive defeat of Seto Kaiba intrigued me so much that I've decided to investigate your amazing duel skills personally. Right here, right now, we shall hold a special duel." Suddenly, strange and arcane aura froze time so that no one can move except for Yugi. The dark dimension we're in is known as the Shadow Realm, a mysterious place where incredible monsters can be summoned, and the impossible is quite possible. Tell me, Yugi, do you believe there is magic in these cards? Don't you know? You invented this game. What if I told you I didn't? Huh? In ancient times, the Egyptians called this a shadow game. Powerful pharaohs would hold mystical duels in other dimensions, just as we're doing now. But instead of cards, they battled with real monsters and real magic. The magical forces were so powerful that the Egyptians lost control of them and nearly destroyed the entire world. That's a good story, but these monsters can't be real. These monsters are very real and also quite dangerous, Yugi boy. You are quite entertaining. The way you scowl and sneer, so defiant yet helpless, and so completely ignorant to the power of your Millennium Puzzle. Yugi looked down at the Millennium Puzzle that he wore around his neck. The power of my puzzle? 5,000 years ago, a powerful pharaoh locked the magic of the Shadow Games, sealed in 7 mystical Millennium items. 7 items. You're saying that my puzzle's one of them? Yes, and there are mystical energies locked within. Magic that can change your life forever if you only knew how to unleash it. As the two dueled, it seemed that Pegasus knew every move Yugi was going to make before he did. Despite this disadvantage, Yugi mustered all his skills and nearly won, but Yugi ran out of time when the time limit passed. I have taken the measure of your talents this day, Yugimoto, and when next we duel, we shall play for higher stakes. I'm done with your games. Tisk, tisk, tisk. You presume that I'm giving you a choice in the matter, but I'm not, for I also possess one of the 7 Millennium items, the all-powerful Millennium Eye. Millennium Eye? That's right, Yugi boy. I'll show you the true extent of its magic. I have found that given the proper incentive, anyone can be made to play my game. The power of the Millennium Eye lashed out and stole Grandpa's soul. Yugi could only watch in horror. Yugi! Grandpa! We shall duel again, Yugi. How else will you reclaim your grandfather's soul? So yeah, basically taken word for word from the anime. Yugi had no choice but to complete Pegasus's Duelist Kingdom tournament so that he could get his grandfather's soul back. At Duelist Kingdom, each duelist was given 2 star chips so they could wager against other duelists on the island. Whoever earned 10 star chips gained entry into the tournament finals, where they could compete for a 3 million grand prize and the chance to duel Pegasus himself. For the first duel, Yugi faced off against the conniving Weevil Underwood, a duelist whom he had a bit of history. While riding the boat, Weevil took Yugi's precious Exodia cards and threw them into the ocean. So when Yugi spied Weevil on the island, he chased after him into the woods. "Welcome," said the spider, said the fly. "Welcome," the spider said to the fly. "You flew right into my trap." "It's time you answer for destroying my Exodia cards, Weevil. Can't you let bygones be bygones?" "Weevil, it's time to find out if you're as good as dueling it as you are at running away." "Was I simply running away or cleverly weaving you into my web? It's time to duel." So yeah, for a bit of context behind what's going on, Yugi no longer has the Exodia cards. So meaning that we're basically going to have to reduce his life points to 0 or make him deck out. I believe that Weevil is using a mill deck right now. And he's also using a bit of stall as well. So yeah, just for a bit of context. Also, Yugi only has 1 star chip right now since he gave one of his 2 star chips to Joey so that he could compete in Duelist Kingdom. So basically, during this game, we're gonna be flip-flopping between, like, different duelists. And basically just using different decks in the story mode, as you saw with the reverse duel. Let's see. I'm going to save that for now. And I'm going to play the Celtic Guardian in attack mode. I could equip Horn of the Unicorn, but I don't want to do that right now. Yeah, still don't want to do that. You see, the equipped monster does gain 700 attack and defense, but the problem is that when it's sent to the graveyard, it returns to the top of my deck, so I could potentially just keep, if I'm not careful, I could potentially be put in an awkward position. Mind you, Celtic Guardian wouldn't have gotten destroyed there, or might have not gotten destroyed there, but yeah. Oh, jeez, I am bricking. Maybe it might not have been a bad idea, actually. I think I'm just gonna risk it here. Might not be the best play, but anyway, basically a bit of history. I'm going to give a bit of history between the characters. Yeah, this is exactly what I mean. Now I'm gonna be forced to draw Horn of the Unicorn next turn. Yeah. I unfortunately lost here. This is what I mean about, the decks not being very good. Stuff like this can happen where you can brick and you can't really do anything about it. One thing I definitely should have done differently, though, is equip Horn of the Unicorn onto Celtic Guardian, just so it wouldn't have been destroyed. But Mandator Bug would have destroyed it anyway, so tomato tomato. But anyway, I'm gonna give a bit of history on the characters. I'm not gonna do it with Seto quite yet, and we're gonna learn a lot about Yugi as we go through the game. But basically, Weevil is an insect duelist and kind of a cheater. yeah, he cheats. As you can, like, no doubt tell from that opening cutscene. He will use underhanded tactics in order to win. And at this point in time, insects were not good at all. Like, they were kind of bad. But anyway... I'm actually going to activate the field spell Wasteland. And then I'm going to summon Mammoth Graveyard. And then I'm going to equip him with Horn of the Unicorn. But anyway, yeah, insects at this point were not very good. I think it wasn't until the Insectoroid archetype came out that insects were at the very least decent, or became decent, I should say. But, you know, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm wondering why you would summon a Man-Eater bug. He must have like a Book of Moon or something. But then again, if he had it, Insect Laser Cannon, okay. Okay. Well, this is a thing. Yeah, so, like, so yeah. This card right here is basically like Cocoon of Ultimate Evolution. Special summon one insect monster ignoring its summon conditions. This card cannot be special summoned except by tributing Petite Moth after, you know, it's been equipped with 6 turns or later. Cocoon of Ultimate Evolution basically bypassed that. So in other words, I kind of got no answer for I basically got no answer for his perfectly ultimate Great Moth except with Spellbinding Circle. No. No. Most I can really do is just defend against that. No. Basically the plan basically the only plan that I unfortunately have right now is to like use Spellbinding Circle and just keep on destroying his monsters. Okay. Battle phase? Nope. Okay, now I'm going to activate Spellbinding Circle. So now I can at least inflict some damage onto Weevil. Yeah, the main thing is that, like, that perfectly ultimate Great Moth kind of just messes me up. So let's see. I'm going to activate Burning Land. This will inflict 500 damage on each player every turn during their standby phases, so this is basically my only plan, just to kind of just burn him. I'm going to like just set Horned Imp so that I have some kind of defense. Okay. Yeah, honestly, if it wasn't for Spellbinding Circle, I would be losing right now, like really badly. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep setting up a defense. I'm going to keep Mammoth Graveyard in attack mode. And just basically just keep setting up a defense. Anyway, you can see that I can, yeah, I'm not sure if I went over this last part, but as you can see, I can select the zone I want to put my cards into. That's going to be really, really important for later in the game, but as of right now, it's not very important at all. Alright, I'm going to activate another Burning Land just to make it go, just to make everything go faster. And, yeah, just gonna set a Mammoth Graveyard. And it took under damage there, but that's fine. I'm not sure why he did that, but okay. Okay, so I'm actually going to tribute 2 monsters here to summon Gaia, the Fierce Knight. And to make it go a bit faster, I am going to just attack, and then attack his face down, just so he can't build up a board. Yeah, I know that this isn't the most exciting thing to watch, like me just slowly burning my opponent to death, literally. But this is really my only option, unfortunately. Okay. And now, if for any reason... Now, if for any kind of reason... he manages to get a monster in attack mode, I can just have a Mirror Force for a shield. Throne gameplay, Mystical Elf, nice. Yeah, unfortunately, Yugi's deck at the beginning isn't really very good. So, it's just gonna be a lot of stalling tactics. Which is gonna be really, really annoying to face him. And I win. There's nothing you can do. Yep, there's nothing you can do. Yeah, and as for Perfectly Ultimate Great Moth, like, it's not a very good card. Anyway, it's over. I've won. No, impossible. My Moth is unbeatable. Yep. Oh, that's a shame. Alright, now it's time for the reverse duel. This is going to be harder. Because, yeah, the stalling tactics that we used against Yugi are not going to work so much, like, you know, here. Now, the one advantage that we have as a human player, because we have, basically because of us having, like, you know, that knowledge of Horn of the Unicorn and whatnot, then, basically, a human player will be more conservative and won't use cards that have a risk of screwing them over. The AI, not so much. If the AI has any opportunity of getting, doing a lot of damage, then they're just gonna equip Horn of the Unicorn to their heart's content. And basically that means we can exploit that. I still don't know what his face down is, but let's see. Yeah, these first few duels are going to be hard because we don't have anything to deal with that. We don't have anything to really deal with the AI's tactics because like with Yugi we get a bad deck, but the AI has a slightly worse deck, to put it simply. And that's basically made so that as the human player we can easily progress. Okay, well, baited out a Mirror Force at least. But yeah, as the AI will be as the human player with Yugi will be able to, or Joey, or whoever you're playing as, will be able to progress more easily. But as, a Weevil using his deck, it's going to be harder. In fact, these first few duels, because we don't have a good deck, yeah, as you can see right here, we just lost. We're basically going to have a harder time progressing. In fact, I'm pretty sure no one would blame me if I just, if I decided to come back to this with a better deck. But I want to do this with the story deck, just to basically show what it's like. Okay, yeah, this is exactly what I mean. Since he gave the opportunity to put that on Sangan, if I can destroy it, then he'll draw Horn of the Unicorn every time. Yeah, the main problem being right now is that I need to kind of just draw something to at the very least bait out a Mirror Force. Unfortunately, I'm not getting, like, anything good at the moment. Yeah, this is probably gonna take a few tries. If this takes a while, then if I lose this time, then I'm just going to, like, cut to my successful attempt. However long that'll take. Okay, gonna use the effect. What does this do? Show details. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, add 1 level 5 or higher insect monster to your hand. If this card is banished, okay. Now, I know that this seems dumb, but I'm actually going to be summoning my hallowing insects just to kind of clear out some of the clutter in my deck before summoning Hercules Beetle. And I can't really do anything else. Alright, I got a Graceful Charity at least. And a Pot of Greed, nice. I'll get rid of you and you. Yeah. Hopefully... Yeah, nothing, unfortunately. At least nothing I can use. Yeah, I'm just gonna clear out some of the clutter in my deck. And I'm gonna try and bait out an attack. If he does summon a Gaia of the Fierce Knight, though, then, or if he gets a Polymerization and a Gaia, then, yeah, that's really gonna suck. Gaia the Fierce Knight, you dum-dum. Okay. This is a quick play spell. Okay, it has to be equipped with an equip spell for me to use that card, unfortunately. So I would have to, like, get an insect cannon. Ah, jeez. Dark Magician, not good. Yeah, I'm going to activate Waboku. Well, he took pity on me, at least. Now, here's the thing. He could have a Mirror Force. He could have a Mirror Force or a Spellbinding Circle. So, I'm not going to attack. Well, I think I kind of have to. Please don't have anything. Yeah, of course. Yeah, Great Moth is a pretty bad card in my opinion. Or actually no, not even my opinion, it's just a bad card. Jeez. Yeah, I think it's fair to say I lost here unless I can pull a miracle out of my butt. Well, I might. We'll see. Oh, well. Yeah, if I can't... Yeah, I lost. Yeah, I really lost. Alright, so... As I mentioned, I'm going to cut to my success. I'm going to cut until I get the game where I win. Or get my successful attempt. I have no idea how long this is going to take, but... Yeah... But as of this game, I can't. Okay, attempt number 2. Okay, so... Well, technically this is attempt number 3, but, you know. Huh. I don't know, I might actually have a shot here. Okay. Dealt some good damage there. That's good. I know that I'm being really aggressive here, but I'm just trying to end this duel as quickly as possible. Okay, so Celtic Guardian. Howling Insects effect. I'll go with a Hercules Beetle. Did I win? Okay, I'm going... Alright. I'm going to set a monster just to be safe. Then I'm going to attack with Celtic Guardian. Attack with Man-Ear Bug. Then attack with Resilience Insect. Ah, damn it, I would have won if I didn't play conservatively. Yeah, the more I just question myself, the more chances Yugi's going to have to make a comeback. I'm gonna go for Hercules Beetle. Okay. So, here's what I can do. Attack. I win! Alright. Ugh. Jeez. Yeah, that, basically the game just has to decide that you win for you to win that, unfortunately, which, I'm not a big fan of that whole thing. Like, the game has to just decide that you win for you to win. But honestly, it's fine. Whew. But anyway, yeah, that's gonna do it for this part. So next time on Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist, we are going to continue on with the main campaign for the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime. See you guys then. Bye.